All right, let's go ahead and jump into the video immediately. This is a suggestion via channel member. Let's check it out.
They will not let this go. And even when the president says there's nothing there, this is a joke, forget it, leave it alone. Why will MAGA not let go of the Epstein files?
Well, it's real simple, and this could have been completely avoidable from a Trump perspective and from the PR crisis that's happening. They're not going to let it go because they were told not to let it go.
Valid.
Everybody that's right now that is sitting here asking for transparency and agreeing with those on the left and the right are usually the ones that have been following President Trump since 2016. 2018 was when President Trump first referenced Jeffrey Epstein, and then members of his administration, even during the re-election campaign in 2023-24, it was a common topic. So all that those folks are doing that are repeating these things are just saying, doing exactly what President Trump asked us to do, was demand transparency of the government and question more.
So
That's
let
valid.
me give you a quick bounce there.
100%.
My theory is, and I've heard this from a lot of people, I don't accept it, but I get it. Take it easy on Cash. Take it easy on Bongino. When they were saying those things on podcasts about Epstein and the files and getting them out, they were just entertainers. They were just being entertainers then. And now they're in a different position, so you got to hold them to a different standard. I don't accept that because people don't listen to their voices as entertainment. They take their
word
points,
as
they
law,
own their points,
kinda.
they echo their points, and they echo their outrage. Is this a moment where Trump is going to have his people come forward and say, we should have never said that?
Hold on, guys. It's definitely interesting. So, like, over the last couple of days, you know, you guys have been basically in my comments, but where's the Epstein list? And I'm like, guys, listen, I am not someone who specifically has made like a gigantic quantity of videos, let's say, kind of about this here. Now, so when the videos started popping up on the internet, of course, you guys sent me a couple of them. We reacted to maybe like 4 or so. And I gave my commentary kind of on the topic itself. If this thing did exist, I definitely want to see it, right? I definitely want as much information as humanly possible. I was there also for when the binders came out, right? Oh, we have the Epstein's files on Pam Bondi's desk. Okay. Right? I want to see that. Listen, if you're going to drop the information, I definitely am thoroughly intrigued. Now, the case and story itself, it doesn't really interest me like that, right? Not truthfully. I mean, I see, you know, I see the man, I think the man is disgusting, right? He apparently offed himself in a jail cell. Okay, that's what he did here, right? Could there have been someone else involved in the process of this? Maybe. Right? Will we ever know? I don't know. Right? And now, in walks the comments of basically the deep state and and Trump's base, and some of the larger commentaries kind of around like MAGA specifically are all like the deep state. You want to have conversations about how the deep state is running things, how the elites are basically running things, and how we will never know. Now, in walks another instance here of the Epstein list being released, allegedly, right? Finally, we're going to get some information on the deep state. I think that's the overall sentiment kind of regarding kind of all of this here. We're finally going to get some insight and information. We're going to find out the truth. We're going to find out all the people involved so we can basically, you know, hold them, nail them to the wall type of thing, right? I get that. And then when Trump decides to say, basically, that this never existed, that is why I think people are melting, right? Now, there's a good amount of people who thought at 100% that he was going to be the one to basically break the deep state wide open. I'm not sure that happened. And I'm sure that's probably why there's a moderate divide specifically in the base of MAGA currently right now, based off of my comments. I do read my comments, guys. And that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. It's just purely like nothing more than that. They thought he was going to do something, and now there's a good amount of people who are absolutely crushed by it, right? But let's continue. Let's see where this video takes us, guys. Let's do it.
We should have never said it. It was never there.
Well, I agree with you, Chris, and it is very scary if they were just entertainers and that was the qualifications that were used to justify their positions now as head of the FBI and as head of our intelligence agencies, that they were entertainers and they were doing this just for clickbait. That's pretty pathetic of a resume in order to make you in the highest of intelligence here in the United States. So anybody that's using that excuse, listen, Chris, this could be easily solved. Like you said in your opening monologue, just let it all out there. Let the truth reign. Click Akash Patel, put Dan Bongino, put the Attorney General out there and have them question why did they make people think that there was something there when they, I guess, even when they were in office, knew there wasn't. Let's not forget, Chris, they handed out empty binders to conservative influencers and said, here, go show the world that we have information. We're going to be transparent. And it was just empty pieces of paper. Why did they get folks to lie for them then? Those are answers that should be good, not only in this current situation, but if President Trump wants to restore his legacy and have a good legacy moving forward, even if the news cycle moves on, he's going to have to bring some sort of honesty back into this situation.
Thank you for watching.
Oh, it's over. Okay, I was about to start. Kind of taking notes here. Here's the thing. I didn't want to miss many points here. Like, this just basically dictates how some people seem to kind of latch on to people and think that people are, better for the most part than they are here, right? I mean, I'm someone who absolutely, if you guys go back far enough into my videos, you'll pretty much understand how specifically I felt about Trump for my entire existence, okay? Nothing to do with any type of derangement syndrome or none of this other nonsense. Guys, I'm from New York. I grew up in New York in the 90s, and like there were some issues, okay? Let's just point these things out here. And I've always been kind of adamant about that specific thing. I don't care about the person. I care about the idea, right? And just be honest here. I don't care about the person at all. People are people. People have the ability to kind of say whatever they want to say, do whatever they want to do, and you should obviously have the ability, let's say, to have faith in the words. But I don't trust a single thing that comes out of the White House, right? Nor do I trust a single thing that I generally see on a news clip that we're reacting to. None of these things. I will research every single thing that someone is saying to make sure that there is at least a glimpse of validity in some of these things. Guys, I mean, that's just the reality here. Now, when it comes down to the idea of Trump, let's say, the idea of the Republican Party in 2024-5 was definitely stronger than the idea of whatever the Democrat Party was pushing, because none of the things that they're pushing consistently really have any interest to my family at all. Let's just leave it like that, I guess, right? None of the things really matter, let's say, to my family. But now when it comes down to what people say, guys, you have to be careful what you believe. Don't get sucked up into these things, like specifically news cycles, like when it comes to like news and news clips and news headlines and things like that. I mean, bro, this is a corporation. Right, their main purpose is to make money. The guys, the Cash Patel and the Bongino guy, it sounds like these guys were I have no idea who these people are. All right, I'm like hearing their names. Well, Cash Patel, not so much. But the other guy, I heard his name for the first time like yesterday. Guys, I don't pay attention to these things. All right, I'm not someone who dabbles so deeply in the concept of like conspiracies and things like that. I care about facts exclusively. And this is why I could be moderately wishy-washy, let's say, on comments and things like that. Some of the videos you guys send me, either it's right or it's wrong, right? I mean, I'm not going to sit here and just adhere to some echo chamber type of thought process or video you guys send me. I'm not going to agree just because I'm here. I can't do that. No. So now, either way, if this Dan Bongino guy was pushing this, knowing like, and then having a position of power to the point where he knows it's nonsense, giving out fake binders. I remember this, bro. And I was just like, what? What's inside the binder? Find out it's empty loose leaf papers. Jeez. Why are you doing that? And what's crazy is that, guys, when the whole influencer thing happened, the conservative influencer thing happened, I got the email, all right? And I remember sitting there talking to a couple of people specifically kind of regarding, should I take this deal? I don't know, because it was nice. I mean, it was a deal. These people, they like bandits, let's say. They got off like bandits. All right. Great job for some of those individuals, but you had to kind of sell your soul, it seems like. What I mean by selling the soul in the context of this is, bro, you couldn't open the binder? You didn't know it was fake? Like, what was the excuse given to the people who were given to that and then told to basically start promoting things on their platforms? I would love to know the exact scenario on this here. And I'm telling you guys, I remember getting this email. I'm sure if I find it, I don't know if I should post it, but like, yeah, like I remember 100% getting an email from let's say an organization saying if we were basically wanting to do any type of like influencing specifically, and they were going to give us like access to the president and access to like the press corps and that type of thing. And I was just like, I don't know about that, bro. Right? I don't know about that. Like, listen, I respect it, but I'm not going to do it. I like the fact that it was like being done for the first time. We do have a president who is, for the most part, a showman, and there was a lot of showmanship in this entirety of the thing, in this entire thing here. A lot of people were pissed off. I know it, and people are still pissed off. What are we going to do about it, guys? There's nothing we can do about it, right? So hopefully, people are not like specifically dwelling on it. Is it disappointing to some people? Absolutely, but you kind of have to see through the facade, let's say, of politics. Like, see, it's all fake, bro. It's all fake. And I'm definitely, I'm one of these people who are definitely in the camp of saying, care about your governor just a little bit more. All right. That matters so much more to your daily, bro. Just care about your governor more. Whatever state you're in, care about your governor more. Your local government, the things that actually have the ability to affect you on a daily, but care about that just a little bit more than the federal government. I mean, obviously, we are, out of many, we are one, that type of thing, right? We are one specific nation. I get that, right? With every single state having its own constitution. I don't want to get into that. But the point is, okay, care about your governor just a little bit more. Seriously. Right. I mean, that's the biggest takeaway I think many Americans can possibly have. I would think personally the president has more to do, let's say, with geopolitics type of thing. Like, I mean, it matters who our face is, let's say, on the outside. But seriously, care about your governor more. Start focusing more on these things. Stop specifically chasing people that, or putting that much stock, let's say, in people that have the ability to disappoint. All right. Because who knows? Like, could it exist potentially, right? Like, I only know of one place on Earth that if a name popped up in that list, let's say, all right, if one specific name popped up in that list, it will never be shown. That thing never exists. And it's not Trump, okay? It is not Trump. It is a country that no matter what happens, no matter what they preemptively do, we're going to back them to the end of our country. Let's say that. All right. And I'm not one of those theorists, let's say, but I can only imagine if they've said it existed and Trump took the hit like this, then whose name is actually in it? Right. And I can only imagine there's only one person on Earth, the most powerful person on Earth, apparently. Right, the ability to move our army. We didn't even vote for the person. But either way, that's not our problem. It is our problem. But I'm not going to jump into it because we're not going to do that. You guys can yell at me in the comments. We're not going to do that. But either way, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. If you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. In the meantime, I'll catch you guys later.